What's going on, everybody? My name is Devlin, and today I'm going to play a little bit of FTL, and I thought maybe that you would like to join me on this little adventure. So this is a game that came out in 2012, so it's been out for a while now, but it's a game that I really enjoy. I've actually only got about 17 hours into it, so I'm not that good at it, to be honest, and I've only ever beat it on easy. And you know what? We're probably just going to go on easy. But ask any FTL player, they'll tell you easy is like normal, and normal is like hard. Now, what I'm going to do with my crew here is, I'm a bit of a nerd, and I'm totally into The Walking Dead right now, so we are going to name the crew after the characters in The Walking Dead. So, of course, Rick is going to be the captain, and then we're going to have our little insubordinate Carl, who's not going to listen to anything we tell him to do. We're going to tell him to hold down the fort, and he's going to be like, screw you, man, I miss Shane, because when you were in a coma, Shane always bought Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and then you never bought Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I wish Shane was my dad. And I'd be like, yeah, but he's, spoiler alert, dead. Who else? Daryl, of course. Daryl with his crossbows. So we are almost certainly going to put Daryl in the weapons room on the ship. We're going to need a clever name for the ship, actually. So let's think Walking Dead. Walking Dead. Oh, this is perfect. The Rictatorship. I really cracked myself up, man. If you watch The Walking Dead, you'll probably get that joke, and you'll probably think I'm pretty clever. If you don't watch The Walking Dead, you're just going to think I'm Looney Tunes, but that's totally okay. I mean, everybody who watches my videos probably already knows that that is very much the case. Okay, I'm going to skip that and just give you the quick rundown. On this ship, we have some data that is important for the Federation, which we are a part of, and we got to get to the ends of the friggin' universe. Let's stick Daryl in the weapons room, because my ship is almost certainly got giant crossbows for weapons. So yeah, we got to get to the end of the universe with this data without letting the rebel fleet stop us, and they're going to be right on our tails sort of the whole time. So we just got to make it to the exit and kind of like maybe dance around and collect scrap, which is sort of like the currency in this game, so we can upgrade our ship so we're not just completely underwhelming when it comes to the enemies later on. Okay, let's see what we got here. A small civilian ship flies over as soon as you arrive. You're prepared to fight, but they just inform you that they're out of FTL fuel and can't jump. So we could give them some fuel, or we could just tell them to go F themselves, but politely. I'm going to give them some fuel because I'm a nice guy, and hopefully they'll reward me in some way. 27 scrap, that's not too bad. We can certainly make use out of that in a little bit. What I'm going to do is, these areas surrounded in blue are nebulas. Now, they can have some adverse effects on the energy of your ship and things like that, but it also slows down the rebel fleet behind you, so it'll give us some more time to sort of dick around in this area. You detect two ships, one chasing the other. Scanners show the pursuer is a pirate. Let's aid that civilian ship, because I am good guy Steve. I am giving scumbag Steve the shaft here by using the name for good. That's my real name, by the way, is Steve, but I'm sure most of you probably maybe know that. You power up your weapons, engage the pirate ship. Okay, let's fight this guy. And this game is sort of like a strategy game in the sense that you can pick what rooms to attack and with what weapons and where you want to put your power. You have missile launchers which can punch through shields, but they actually take missiles, so I'm going to avoid using that for now because this looks like a pretty easy fight. And I am just going to start. Okay, they have boarded my ship, which is okay. We're going to double team this broad. We're going to go to the medbay and take her out, and we are going to work on sort of knocking out the opposing ship's lasers, and of course they're going to fire a missile at us and breach my hull, and that is not a good thing necessarily, but that's okay. We took down the intruder quickly. They're going to punch through my shield again with another missile. Thankfully it missed. Carl's getting back on shields. Daryl can repair this. That's their weapons down, so they're not going to be able to fire on us anymore. And that should be about it for that fight. Not too much damage taken, maybe a small percentage and a bit of hull damage. Daryl is suffocating to death, so let's move him out and heal him up. Got a missile, some drone parts, and some scrap. The ship you saved was badly damaged in the battle. Most of the crew accepts your offer to be dropped off in a nearby station, but one offers to join your crew. So we got another several Nazia. You get back in the engine room, Nazia. You just go be by yourself. What are you thinking having a name like Nazia? Okay, so it's also important to note that when you have people working on different parts of your ship, they will sort of level up in that area after a while and become more proficient and give you bonuses. So let's do another jump. Let's hit the nebula and see if we can slow down our pursuers a little bit. We're going to move on here. A black market weapons trader spins you a tale of the dangers of the nebula before pushing his wares. So we can purchase an unknown weapon. You know what? I'm not going to do that. That's going to use almost all my scrap. And looking at this guy, he looks pretty weak. He's only got level 1 shields. And it looks like he's got maybe 2 weapons, a missile launcher, and a laser. So you know what? We're going to attack him because the black market is not the best. They are ruthless scumbags, and we're going to make them pay for buying and selling wares to evildoers and such. I can't see. Nebulas take out your cameras in your ship, so you can't see unless you're in the actual room. They send you a message, your ship is surprisingly well equipped. Please take this and let us live. We got 4 missiles, a bit of scrap and some drone parts. You know what? I think they've learned the error of their ways. I'm going to accept the offer because I don't want them to punch through with another missile. Call me a coward. But yeah, I'm going to take the easy way out on this one. So we're ready to jump again. We got a distress signal. I don't know if that's a great idea because if we go up here, we can only move backward and then backward and then backward. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make that distress signal, even though there's probably something kind of cool there. Let's hit this next nebula area and see what we can see. See what's going on here. This drone isn't looking for you. Perhaps it's scouting ahead for the rebel expansion, or maybe they're seeking to use this nebula for cover. Regardless, it identifies you as a hostile, so it looks like we're going into battle. It doesn't even have shields, so this should be laughably easy, I should think. So another thing to mention about that's like an ion cannon. I think it takes out systems temporarily, but it didn't hit a room with a system in it, so I'm totally fine. Take out their engine room, I guess, because their weapons are down already. We want to save up enough scrap because we use that to not only visit shops and buy new modifications for our ship and weapons, but we can also just upgrade the power and the systems on our ship. Okay, we got some missiles, drone parts, and some scrap. I almost never go for drones when I play this game. They're just not really my cup of tea. Okay, we're going to backtrack a little bit here. I want to try and milk as much out of this system as possible. Discover a nearby planet speckled with settlements, although none respond to your hails. Those bastards. We're down to 7 fuel, so I think it's in our best interest to hit this shop and maybe get some fuel for the road. There's only one other ship at this beacon, and it's showing heavy damage. You receive a message on your console. Greetings, traveler. We were crippled by a band of pirates and are now forced to sell our remaining valuable equipment to acquire the necessary supplies to get home. Womp womp. Well, I'm going to take advantage of your misfortune, and I'm going to fuel up here. I think I'm good on missiles. We got 14 of those. Drone parts I don't need because I don't even have a drone system. I could invest in one of those right now, but as I just finished saying, I'm not a big fan. What I will do is I'm going to get this teleporter because I like to play sort of in-your-face, dirty boxing. I like to teleport my crew onto their ship and do some damage. So I'm going to do that. We don't have enough power for it right now, but hopefully that'll be an investment that will help us out in the future. Might as well fix up the ship. It's only 4 scrap, and that leaves us pretty damn broke. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take power out of the med bay and put it to the teleporter, since we're not actually using the med bay right now. You know what? I'm not even going to use the teleporter right now, so I guess I'll leave the med bay on perhaps. Let me rethink my strategy here. I'm going to hit the exit, but I don't think I'm actually going to exit. I'm going to skip over to a couple more areas before we get out of here. Scanners are showing intelligent life forms on a nearby planet. No match for them can be found in the database. Let's investigate. You land a small shuttle in an enormous field whose only occupants are small, brightly colored, 6-legged horse-like animals. Could they be what your scans picked up? So we can try to communicate peacefully. We can bring some of them on board to sell, or we can just leave. I think we'll go the peaceful route because I feel like there's less of a risk of them mutilating and absolutely just killing all of my crew members. None of your attempts to communicate seem to work. They just stare at you silently as you prepare to leave. One of the creatures canters forward and forcefully nudges you away from the ship. He seems to want you to follow him. Eventually the creatures guide you to an old NG ship's crash site. Inside you're able to find and reactivate an NG. Okay, that's cool. So we got a new crew member here. Hopefully they don't have a... Oh, it's Dolan. Dolan, please. Okay. What we're going to do, we're going to switch up the strategy a little bit here. We're going to put Dolan on the weapons, and we're going to put Daryl in the teleporter, and he's going to be our warrior. He's going to go out and fight the enemies. Hopefully we can find one more crew member to give him some aid, because we can teleport 2 at a time, and sending him on his own might be a little bit irresponsible, but what are you going to do? Okay, let's check out this place. We are alarmingly low on fuel. I don't like being in the single digits, I'll be honest. Scans show a remote settlement being blockaded by a pirate ship. The ship hastily messages you, stay out of this or you'll be next. Concentrate fire on me, mother effer. Bring it on. No pirate is gonna scare the dread pirate Devlin. So, like before, I think I'm gonna go for the shields first, and once those are knocked out, I will try and take out their weapons. Again, they hit a systemless room with their ion blaster. Thank goodness for CPU stupidity. You take a little hull damage there, but nothing too serious, nothing to write home about. I'm not feeling confident enough to send one person over to try and take out their personnel, so I'm just gonna kind of go about it the old-fashioned way here and charge up my lasers, and that's gonna be a relatively easy fight. Hopefully we get a fair amount of scrap there. That's not too bad. With the pirates gone, you signal the station. We appreciate what you've done, but there will just be another ship looking to profit from our isolation soon enough. Sorry, we can't give you more, but you know what? Got a couple missiles, got some scrap, and what more can you ask for in this life? Okay, we're gonna hit this one last corner, because I never hit the corner areas, and I've always felt like there's probably some good stuff in those corner areas. Upon completing your jump, you receive a message from a nearby ship. Greetings and welcome to our beacon. For a small fee, we'll let you continue on your way. I don't think so. I'm going to reject that offer. And we are going to shoot them with guns of a futuristic variety. So let's take let's take the shields first. Actually, you know what? No. Let's take the weapons first. And let's give the teleportation a try. Hopefully this doesn't get Daryl killed, but it certainly could. So we're gonna send Daryl over. He's gonna blast some people. Okay, they're offering 1 fuel and 13 scrap. That's not enough, I don't think. I don't think that's enough. Okay, so we're gonna pause this. We're gonna turn the laser off so we don't blow the ship up while we've got our own guy over there. And we've got a bit of a long cooldown on this teleporter, so we gotta really hope that Daryl kind of holds his own over there. I've seen the show, and that tells me that he should fare just fine. Luckily, the enemy doesn't have a medbay on their ship, so he's not going to be able to retreat onto a medbay. Generally in this game, if you can take out the opposing crew, you actually get better rewards than if you blow them up. I am almost dead, but we killed that guy. Clearly they have another crew member because the battle is not over yet. So, oh god. We're going to teleport out of there. And this is going to take a little longer, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to heal Daryl up over here. And don't forget, killing people, he's going to level up his combat, which will eventually make him do more damage. Okay, I don't even have the medbay on. Let's put that medbay back on. Deprive the ship of oxygen for a moment. Not a big deal. We'll certainly get it turned back on before it becomes a concern. Daryl is going to heal up nicely. They've got their weapons back online, which I'm not a fan of, because they might start punching through our shields. Okay, so Daryl is going to get zip-zopped back over to their ship. And we are just going to blast this guy to smithereens. And this is going to be W for us, I believe. There are no more life signs remaining on the ship. You strip it of useful materials. We got a fair amount of scrap there, a couple missiles. Probably, I don't think it was that much better than what we would have got if we just accepted their surrender. But you know what? That's okay. That's quite alright. So we'll send Daryl and Dolan and Carl. Carl's actually done a surprisingly good job of doing what he's told. So this has not been faithful to the television series in the slightest. So finish getting Daryl healed up here, send him back to the teleporter, and put the oxygen back on, and everything is as it should be. So we're going to get ready to jump, and we got to head back toward the exit now, because as you can see, the rebel fleet is right on our tail. And we don't want to get caught in there, because when you get caught by the rebel fleet, they have got some serious weaponry, and you usually take quite the beating. So we're going to move to the next sector. We got Uncharted Nebula either way, so let's just go up top, I guess. This is just all kinds of nebula and enemy forces if we go low, so we're gonna take the high road. And we've made it to Sector 2, which is, for me, not too bad, because, as I mentioned, I'm not very good at this game. And, yeah, you've entered a nebula-rich sector. You may put a few light years on the fleet, but that's only useful if you make it out the other side. So, clearly, the game has absolutely no faith in me whatsoever. Let's just do the short little jump down here and see what we can see. hopefully there's something interesting. You inform a nearby station of your flight from the rebels. They offer to outfit your ship with a weapon and wish you well. So we got a little scrap and we got a new weapon here. So we can go up here at any time that we're not in direct danger, and we can. This is where we sort of upgrade our systems and the amount of power that we have to distribute. This lets us see our crew, and over here we got the equipment. The halberd beam is a slow but reliably powerful standard beam weapon. Requires 3 power, which is quite a bit. A charge time of 17 seconds, which is rather long. And I don't think I'll be putting that to much use. And to be honest with you, I might just sell it at the store that we're about to hit on the next jump. I think that might be in our best interest, because I probably won't use that. If we can luck out and find a crew member for sale, that would be most excellent, especially if it was a mantis, because they are good fighters. Mysterious alien vessels, and they have some valuable tech for sale. So everything they have here is drones, which, again, I'm not interested in. I will fuel right the F up as much as possible. Again, my missiles are just fine. Cloaking is very valuable, especially near the end of the game, but we just don't have the money for it right now. Or the scrap, I should say. We're going to get rid of this halberd beam. That might bite me in the ass a little bit later, but you know what? It's a risk that I'm willing to take. I wouldn't mind some extra shields. We'll put 2 and a couple extra power bars so we can actually make use of. So now we got 2 layers of shields, which should help us be a little more resistant to damage in the future. We'll take the short jumps again. I like to explore as much as possible to try and get as much scrap as we can. You jump into a calmer part of the nebula. However, your relief fades as a rebel scout jumps to the beacon and moves into attack. This isn't scary at all to me, really, because it's these ships are auto assault, which means they don't have anyone on board. So once you damage their systems, they can't actually repair them. So now that their shield won't be able to come back online, if I'm not mistaken. It has been a while since I played this game. That was their ion thing, which is going to temporarily disable our shields, which is a bummer. But their weapons are offline, so we have nothing to worry about, even without our shields at this point. So we just got to wait for this final barrage, and that's going to finish them. Oh, I should have finished them off, but we missed that last shot because Rick is losing his mind, and he can't. Oh no, it's not even Rick on the guns. I guess he's just piloting. So it's Dolan. Dolan, please get your shit together. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. We got some fuel, which is nice. We got a fair amount of scrap there, which is fantastic. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw one more thing into the power so we can... you know what? I was going to keep the med bay powered up, but that's sort of situational. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an extra piece of power toward the engines, which will improve our evade chance by about 5%. I think that's not a bad idea. I'm not too worried about the rebels catching up because when we're going through the nebula, they get slowed down significantly. You feel naked without functioning sensors. You half expect a rebel ship to appear from behind a cloud at any moment, but none come, so we are safe momentarily.